Hey guys, how you going?
Unacceptable Canadian girl said Robert Pickton has been savagely attacked in prison and is clinging to life. How convenient. Who's he going to tell? Was he going to tell who else was involved? Okay, Robert Pickton was apparently a serial killer in Canada who had police. He ran a place called Piggy's Palace, I think it was, where police, bikies and everyone went and women died and it was all covered up, and Pickton was speared in the head with a broken broom-like handle, a source told Post Media. Notorious BC killer Robert Willie Pickton was on life support Monday after a brutal attack by another prisoner in Quebec's maximum security Port Cartier institution. Pickton was airlifted to hospital after the assault, which sources say took place just before 2 p.m. local time on Sunday, May the 19th. One source said the attacker had earlier assaulted other inmates at the prison before being moved to segregation. The attack on Pickton allegedly happened after the prisoner was then released back into the same unit as a serial killer, Post Media has learned. Pickton was speared in the head with a broken broom-like handle, another source said. The Correctional Service Canada confirmed to Post Media late Monday that Pickton was the victim of a major assault, but the service wouldn't comment on his medical condition. In earlier news release, the CSC said I can't say that, Sûreté du Québec, sorry if I butchered that, is presently investigating the incident. The assailant has been identified and the appropriate actions have been taken. No one at the Port Cartier institution would comment on Monday. We don't have somebody who can speak with you, the person answering the phone at the high security prison said. Call tomorrow and somebody will speak with you. When contacted by phone and asked whether his client had been attacked in prison and was now in hospital with serious brain injury, Pickton's lawyer Ian Runkle said Monday, I don't have anything I can say at this point. That may change, but nothing I can pass along at this point. Sources say Pickton had been taken to hospital at the Child Jesus in Quebec City. Post Media called the hospital and asked specifically about Pickton's condition. And an official in admissions said the hospital had nothing to share at this time due to confidentiality. Pickton told other inmates he was writing a book blaming the murders of women for which he was convicted on someone else. Port Cartier Institution holds 237 men and is just north of the St. Lawrence River, about 600 kilometres from Quebec City. Pickton, now 74, was convicted by a jury of murdering 6 women: Serena Abbotsway, Mona Wilson, Andrea Josbury, Brenda Ann Wolfe, Georgina Pappen and Maureen Frey at his 2006 BC Supreme Court trial. But he was also charged with killing 21 more women. These counts were eventually stayed and never heard in trial. On top of those cases, the DNA of another 6 women was found on Pickton's Port Coquitlam farm. Did I say that one right? But no additional charges were ever laid. The former pig farmer once bragged to an undercover officer in his jail cell that he killed 49 women. More than 60 women have vanished from Vancouver's downtown east side before Pickton's arrest in February 2002. Lorimer Shenner, a writer and former lead Vancouver police detective on the missing women investigation, said Monday he'd got word of the weekend attack on Pickton. Obviously, Mr. Pickton has caused a lot of pain for many people. Unfortunately, all an attack like this serves to do is further thwart the truth of this case from being told, so that all the remaining perpetrators will be brought to justice, Shenner said. It's been an open secret for more than 20 years that these murders were not committed solely by the hands of Robert Pickton. In recent months, families of his victims and advocates for other missing women have spoken out against a BC Supreme Court application made by the RCMP to destroy more than 14,000 exhibits seized from Pickton's property during the lengthy investigation. The critics said that destroying the exhibits might impact future investigations, especially if there continue to be advances in forensic technology that have already led to resolutions in decades-old cases. The RCMP insists the evidence was no longer has any investigative value. No, it does. It does. And if there's more information coming out, then you cannot destroy more than 14,000 exhibits because you may need them. See, we need this in a lot of cases. We need people who are unbiased and probably not involved in the thing to investigate what's going on. Okay. The RCMP insists the evidence no longer has any investigative value. The force said a smaller number of the 14,000 items, which range from clothing to furniture, belong to missing women or will be returned to their families. The application is set to be heard next month. Pickton was eligible for day parole in February, prompting outrage from victims' relatives and several politicians who say he should never be released. Yes, well, we need a proper investigation. I think if someone accuses the police of being involved, then something else should be taking over the investigation, not the police investigating themselves. It never works. That's from the Vancouver Sun. Geoloff said lol, but seriously. Tara Bull said hamburger comes from a pig, not a cow. It's literally this in the name. This is what this lady thinks, right? Now, watch the confidence of this lady being totally wrong.
So the other day I went to a steakhouse for a friend's birthday and she ordered a steak and the waitress goes, "How do you want your cow cooked?" And I'm like, that's a weird way to order it, but whatever. So she asked my friend, "How do you want your cow cooked?" My friend says, "I want it medium rare," or something like that. And so then I wasn't in the mood for a steak. I wanted a hamburger. I'd been craving a hamburger. So I order, the cheeseburger. And she goes, "How do you want your cow cooked?" And I kind of awkwardly look at my friend because I was like, I feel really embarrassed. Do I point out that it's not cow? Hamburger is a pig. Everyone knows ham comes from pig. So I joked back. I was like, well, I want my pig cooked, well done. You're not supposed to eat pork uncooked. Everybody knows that. That's why it's always been super weird to me that people will get red in the middle on their burgers. And so she looks back at me and she goes, "You mean your cow?" And I'm like, I don't know how to have this conversation right now. I'm not a teacher. I don't know how to educate you kindly. And I was like, sure, my cow. But it was so bizarre. I'm like, how do you not know? It's literally in the name. It's a hamburger. There's no hope for the world.
Oh dear, there really isn't any hope for this girl. I don't know. There is hope for her, but I mean, it is beef. A hamburger is a minced beef patty. At least it should be. Every place I've ever ordered a burger has beef in the burger. Unless you ask for something different, like a chicken burger or something. This one, shall we play a game? Google Earth, Antarctica, hidden city. Yes, there are hidden cities in Antarctica. I read something quite back in 2020 that they said they had people that lived there. Not just the people that work, but little towns. Okay, let's have a look.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled broadcast for something fucking horrifying. What you're seeing here is Antarctica. Okay? Zoom into Antarctica on Google Earth. Right about the center. Right here. You following? You're going to see a dot. Right there. Okay? A dot. The dot gets bigger. Starts to look like Pac-Man. Okay? Hit the little dude-looking icon on the right. Okay? It'll be there when you go to fucking Google Earth. It'll load up something like this. Go down to the flat... No, I don't want to say flat Earth, but the level of the Earth. And then you'll see this. Okay. But silver, you say, what's so fucked up about that, right? Well, giant fucking hallway. Right? If you zoom in on the end of the hallway, are those fucking trees?
And buildings.
Are those giant buildings? And those are fucking trees, right? I haven't done any drugs today, I swear to God. That's, what the fuck? Like, go look for your damn self. Just so you know, it's there. Go look.
Okay, that was interesting. I'm going to have to look at that. Do I have Google Earth on here? Give me a sec, guys. No, apparently I don't have Google Earth on here. I'm going to have to look on my phone. But I will check it out. Hope you do too and let me know. Okay, now off to Rumble. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for today, guys. And I will be back tomorrow because there's so much news coming out right now that I think I'm going to have to do a video nearly every day to keep up with it. Okay, guys, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.